This one's from the Post-Millennial. 41% of independents say ABC debate moderators were unfair to Trump, favor him on the economy, immigration in a YouGov poll. This is massive, okay? 41% of independents in a post-debate poll said that ABC News was not fair. The poll from YouGov found that 46% of independents said Trump and Harris were both treated fairly during the debate. Among all takers of the poll, 35% of Americans said Trump was treated unfairly. Well, blah, 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 blah. The poll showed the opinion of the major political parties. With independents, the sought-after voter bloc for the election, they believed moderators appeared to show bias. Independents also swung toward Trump after the debate on several top issues. On immigration, 53% of independents said Trump would handle the issue very well or somewhat well. Kamala Harris only got 38%. On the economy, Donald Trump got 59% of independents that said he would handle it very well or somewhat well, whereas only 40% could have said the same for Harris. The polls conducted with 1,407 U.S. adults, blah, blah, blah. So, my question is, for all the leftists out there, when we look at this debate and they're all saying Kamala won, the politicos, the pundits are all saying Kamala won, she won, it's clear, it's obvious. Trump's scared, he won't do a rematch. And I'm just like, but now we have YouGov and CNN showing polls where Trump is leading on the economy and immigration. Economy, of course, is the top issue for the election. It always is. Not completely, but usually. Immigration briefly was, but immigration is also a major top issue, though it is tied to the economy. So let's just start here. People who watch the debate think Trump is better. After watching it, he improved among independents on the economy and immigration. What would the assessment be for the left then? Is it favorable for Kamala Harris? My argument would be, I think that Kamala proved that she was better prepared. She sounded better, and that may work for a lot of people. But I think she failed to define herself in the economy, resulting in Trump winning on, quote, it's the economy, stupid. Mm-hmm. And that's probably going to be a much, much bigger issue than feels. Final thought before I pass it on is when, Ian was in here the other day saying Kamala goaded Trump and Trump walked right into it. It was miserable. And I was like, you're going to vote for her? And he goes, no. So that's the question. She could have won the debate. You can say all the great things about her and she got Trump flustered and she was better prepared, but she didn't win on the issues.
There's such a low bar. I think the Democrats are feeling good because they have a candidate who could just complete sentences, I guess. And the funny thing is like coming out of the debate, what's everybody talking about? They're talking about the cats and they're talking about the dogs. The Democrats are literally at their rally last night chanting, we don't eat cats. I'm like, this is what Trump did in 2015. He literally said the thing about the wall and everyone said it was crazy and it was stupid and he shouldn't have done it. But then everyone kept repeating it until everyone agreed with it.
Oh, that's gonna backfire on them so miserably.
So the cats thing, yeah, I think it's
what that
brilliant.
really is that shows that they are not as culturally relativist as they think. Because if they really were accepting and tolerant and open, they would say, I perhaps don't eat a cat, but it is certainly fine if you do.
But they have been saying that. So
have they?
One of the principal.
It's not happening.
Yeah, I've seen
that it's happening.
No.
It's part of their culture.
Right away.
Right. It's part
Many
of the,
leftists said just because you don't like it doesn't mean and they have that. PETA has that meme where it's like it's a bunch of animals in a line, and then it says America, and there's like a line saying like friends and food, and then other countries it's a different line, and they're like, which one's right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of leftists who are saying the conservatives are mad about goose hunting now, and it's like, well, the conservatives are mad that they're playing with their kids in the park, and then some migrant walks up and kills a duck.
But also
it's different. I mean, it's
geese
hunting,
are protected as well.
Right.
They're protected just like the Haitians.
Yeah, it's not legal to go into a park and kill waterfowl.
That's correct.
Well, that PETA meme is good where it has all the animals, has like a horse, and then it goes down to a duck and cat.
We pull that one up.
They put the line, as friend or food. But what is weird is why is PETA not coming after this and going after the people that are in Springfield that are actually doing this? Like, why are they not standing up for those cats? That's where I'm kind of confused, I guess.
I think they're probably saying, oh, well, the town official says it's not happening, so we don't have to get involved. Because
so we saw that one video of a girl eating a cat in the driveway.
It's not PETA. It's not PETA. I got a correction. It's not PETA. It's veganbillboard.com.
Esteemed organization there.
Yeah, it's like all animals want to live. Where do you draw the line? I got to stop right there and say rabbits are food.
Rabbits are the line. They should be flipped with the horse.
Yeah, but
remember that Michael
people
Moore
eat
movie,
horse too.
Pets or Meat?
Pets are meat?
Pets or meat.
Oh.
There was a woman in Flint, Michigan selling rabbits for pets or meat.
I had to eat 2 servings of chicken tikka masala today because Alex is vegetarian, and so he didn't eat it. And so for every animal he doesn't eat, I eat 2.
I know that's what they all do. Yeah. I'm the plant-based pimp. I actually love animals. I think all animals deserve to live. But I know that's a liberal kind of a libtarded take, but I'm okay with that. But honestly, I'm really mad because now on Twitter every day I'm seeing people killing cats.
Yes.
And it's really affecting.
I don't like that
No,
either.
it's-
I really like cats.
But it's
Yeah.
wild because like Trump said it, and now it's flooded. Like the zone is flooded with videos of people. I mean, there's a video that Alex and I we saw that
Hit that
it's
cat.
literally the guy. The Haitian guy is biting the neck of the cat,
Mm-hmm.
and he's biting it. And then there's like that 911 body cam footage that we talked about in Springfield.
The guy cooking the cat on that gas
There's the guy
stove.
cooking it. That's in Italy, and it's like obviously it's going to come to America. And then there's like the 911 call recordings of people saying, "Yeah, I'm in the park with my kids." And they're literally just grabbing the geese by the neck and strangling and walking. I don't know if this is an emergency. I don't know what this is.
I don't really like it. Could you maybe intervene?
But it's like so unbelievable when it happened. People were texting me. They were like, "What is this? It can't even be real," but it's real.
There's a Twitter account, Rick Marazani, who responded and he says, the PETA billboard asked, so I answered. And he drew the line and says, every day, then the horse and the rabbit is economic collapse, and then all the dogs and cats are apocalyptic afterscape.
We're in the apocalyptic phase of America.
Well, actually, I heard something really interesting about Springfield, Ohio. They say it's a town of 59,000, but I think that census number is old.
And there's 20,000 Haitians, apparently.
So what I've heard is that it's not, the population is nowhere near 59,000. That's the old census numbers, and the population collapsed rather dramatically. And so that's why it's seemingly more pronounced. So when the media comes out and says, oh, their population is 59,000, and there's, the media's been reporting 15,000. It sounds like, okay, well, that's a lot. You know, we're looking at, I don't know, 20 to 30% shift for these people. But when you look at, if it is true that people have been fleeing and moving out because of economic collapse and strife or whatever, small towns have been dying. It could be closer to 2 to 1 or 1 to 1.
I think this is an interesting point because the first time I saw it reported, Springfield had a population. I think the number I kept seeing was 53,000. Then it was 54,000. Then I kept seeing 59,000. But the number of Haitian migrants has stayed exactly the same, 15,000. How interesting and convenient. I think that's probably not true. I would get if there's some population flux with the town, but if you're going to stay 15,000 is consistent for the Haitian migrants, I feel like you might have a slight bent there.
The 2022 number is 58,000. But when did the Haitian migrants come?
They started coming in 2021 under Joe Biden.
Because then this population count of 58,000 includes Haitian migrants.
And that's part of their whole refugee program, where they admit, like 30,000 refugees from these favored horrible nations per month.
Well, I don't understand. I remember after September 11th, 2001, they signed the Patriot Act, and they told us that we got to get rid of all these terrorists. And then, fast forward 23 years, and we're just importing these terrorists. Not that all Haitians are terrorists, but could you imagine if this was the same story?
You're talking about like the terror watch list people who are crossing the border.
Yeah, I mean, now they just let everybody come across the border, but they were so much stricter in 2001, 2002. Could you imagine if they tried to do this in 2002? They wouldn't let it happen. So it's just kind of sad that we're this far gone.
I think you're just a bigot because you don't want to eat
I'm not a bigot. I mean,
Because
listen,
you don't want to eat cats. That's what makes you a
I
bigot,
love
that's
big
fine.
booty Latinas.
Like
we
that.
need lots of Latinas. But some of these Haitians, I think that they should have to. This is what makes me mad. My favorite TV show is 90 Day Fiancé, and in that show, you have to get engaged. Like these illegal immigrants will be engaged with an American citizen, and oftentimes it's like a hot girl with like this 500-pound guy. And my point is now they don't have to do that 90-day fiancé gimmick. They just get to get in for free. You used to have to earn the right to be an American citizen
through marriage.
It's really hurting the mail-ordered bride industry.
The mail-order bride's crashing. All my buddies.
The mail order bride.
Yeah, I mean, everything's crashing. It just makes me sick that it used to mean something to be an American. And now you can just be a Haitian and then become an Uber driver and then crash into a family of 4, and they don't even charge you with murder. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, right. The governor was talking about that on Fox.
It's ridiculous.
He said that they don't know how to drive because where they come from, they either don't drive or they have different laws.
Totally different roads.
So
They don't even have like probably traffic lights.
They come here, and the law is if you're 18, you get a license. And so he's like, but they have no driver. So we're giving them licenses. They don't know how to drive. They don't know what any of this is.
But don't they have to? I mean, don't you have to take your learner's permit test and then a
No.
road
You're 18.
test?
No.
Well, I think somebody asked him.
Now when you're 18.
If you're a migrant,
do you mean?
if you're a migrant,
When I was 18 in Illinois to get my license, I walked in. They handed me a 10-question folding paper. I went boop, boop, boop. Then I drove around the block and they said, here's your license. Have a nice day.
Okay, that is not how it was for me in Philadelphia when I failed my driving test 3
How old are you?
times. I was 16.
When you're 16,
But
you
it
need a
also,
permit first.
yeah, it was also not true in New York where I eventually got my license and I needed a learner's permit first when I was in my 40s.
New York does that. So
New York takes things seriously.
in Illinois,
It's a real place.
if you're 16 or 17,
Ohio.
you need a learner's permit first. If you're 18, you can just walk in and get it. And so when I was 16, my parents were like, "Do you want to get your learner's permit?" And I was like, "No." You got to do a summer class, and then you get your permit, and then you're allowed to drive if someone else is driving with you with a license. And I was like, "Well, then what's the point?" I was like, "I'll just have them drive." So I said no. As soon as I turned 18, I walked in the DMV, walked out half an hour later with a license.
That's so
I
crazy.
failed my driving test 3
No,
times.
I'm the opposite. I got a hardship license when I was 15, and my dad, we went to the DMV, and he said that he had diabetes, and he didn't, so I hope we don't go to jail. And that I would have to take, because you can get a hardship license if you have like a sick family member or something, and you need to drive them around. So I got my license when I was 15 on the second day, the day after my birthday when I was 15. That was like the most important thing to me was the license. But yeah, we did lie to the DMV, so I hope they don't arrest me for saying this.
What kind of cars did the migrants drive?
The first car that I had was a Ford Explorer, and it stunk. But yeah, the migrants, I think they're getting Uber will pay for your car if you sign up for it. Yes,
No.
they have a plan. Yes, they have a plan where Uber will finance your car. I swear, they have a way through Uber. If you can get registered as an Uber driver, you have no down payment, and then they take out part of the car payment on what you make.
And then they're doing all this, and they said they show up to the DMV. They have a translator with them. I'm like, who gave them the translator to go?
Federal government, Joe Biden,
and then
Kamala
who
Harris.
gave them the paperwork?
The translator is Biden.
It's
Translator is Biden.
It is Biden, yeah.
He's standing there
migrants
like, "Come
speak
on, man."
more cohesive English than the Biden.
No, they're translating for him. Yeah. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.